Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin. If you're new here, if you're not, thank you so much for stopping back by. My channel is all about my journey with personal finance through debt payoff, savings, and budgeting. And today we are talking about budgeting. So I'm going to go over my budget closeout, review, recap, whatever you want to call it, for December 2021, meaning my last budget review for 2021, also meaning this is the last time you'll see this version of my spreadsheet. So lucky you guys, right? It's just a little more chaotic than I like. And now that I've already used my new one for January, I'm like, oh, I don't want to look at this one anymore. So here we go. In the month of December, I budgeted $446.43 for my mortgage, and I paid that. I budgeted $100 for electric, and I paid $60.50, which is awesome. That's a difference of $39.50 saved on that one, which comes into play later. But oh yeah, I did add the difference column here, even though I didn't do that previously for this version of the spreadsheet, just for the funsies. So anywho, I budgeted $20 for water because in November it was a little high, and I actually only paid $10.18 again, went back down. Life is good. That was a difference of $9.83. And then for internet, I paid my typical $45. For trash, it was $14. For my phone, it was $37.89. And I did save into a sinking fund $60 for propane, for future propane purchases. I mean, sometimes I feel like Hank Hill when I talk about propane as much as I do. Like, I never thought I'd be at that point in my life. But anywho, auto insurance, I budgeted $99 and actually only spent $61.44 because I suspended one of my vehicles and I didn't really know how that impacts your payments, but apparently it drops them. So life is good. I saved $37 there. And then for fuel, I budgeted $75 and I went quite a bit over with $118, which it's because I drive a Jeep and it's really hard to guess sometimes how much it's going to cost or how many trips I'm going to have to make. But in December, I did actually end up going to my mom's a couple of extra times, which is about a 40 minute drive from me. And that was to help her like clean and organize. And she's working on renovating over that. So I went over there to help them. We put up insulation, we helped rip up carpet, stuff like that. So still a work in progress, but that is why I had to spend a lot more in gas because I decided to go to my mom's a lot more than I planned to. So anyway, with debt, I did not put anything towards auto loan because it's already paid off. And then for my extra, I listed it as auto loan payment still because I didn't even notice that. But my extra debt payment was $25 and my student loan payment was $135. So I did make a payment to student loans for a total of $160. And then for food, I budgeted $200 for groceries and I spent $295. Couldn't even tell you how. So I went quite a bit over there, but I did go under in the personal food and eating out. So between those two, it helped mitigate the grocery bill a little bit. We do have groceries left right now, so I don't even have to go to the grocery again for a little bit, but I am going to try to be super mindful moving forward. And yeah, we'll try not to go over, but it is what it is. So that's what happened in December. For my savings section, I did put my $100 towards my Roth IRA. I put $175 towards home projects. So that's my like home renovation, maintenance, all that. And then I did put, I bought $9 worth of like fuel injector cleaner for my Jeep. And then I did put another $1,100 into the auto maintenance / savings for a new car fund. And then nothing in new phone. I did, so it looks like it went over there, but it was because I spent like $9, so it's not a big deal. And then for vacation, it appears to go over here, but actually it's a good thing because I was able to save $30 extra. So I'll get to that in a minute, but just know it's not a problem that there's a -30 because I didn't spend that, I saved it. Gifts, I budgeted $50 very optimistically and spent way more than that. I donated $50 to someone and then I spent quite a bit on different things. A lot of that was about $100 I spent on a new mattress and comforter set for my nephew who they moved into a brand new house and it was time for him to get a nice new bed and be comfy. So we did that for Christmas and it was just unexpected. So it came out of my gift sinking fund, so it's not too big of a deal. My home maintenance fund, I budgeted 50, put 50 for emergency fund, budgeted 50, put 50 in it. So those are good. And then for my entertainment, I was spot on as always. Those are subscriptions. So the cost really never changes. So that was 10 for Spotify, 6 for Prime, 6 for Paramount, plus $1 for Hulu and $5 for my podcast. Next up is my miscellaneous spending. And here is where I have to give you guys some bad news. You can see I spent a lot in the dog category, and that is because our dog got very sick and he actually did pass away. So if you see my January budget and it still shows that, it's because I recorded it on December 23rd and he passed away on Christmas. So I had already recorded it and it was just like, I didn't want to have to re-record it. But anyway, moving forward from the end of January on, you will see that that is no longer an expense that I'm putting in there. So anyway, my household items budget, I did great. I only spent $26. So I had left over $23. Personal spending went a little haywire there. I bought clay cutters for Christmas. I bought a new hair curler, which I wish I had done it today, but it's the like beach wavy one. Mine broke and that's my favorite hair thing ever. So I did buy myself a new one. And then what else did I buy? Oh, I bought some jeans, leggings and stuff from Walmart and a few other things. So it wasn't like, I mean, I went over it, but life goes on. So miscellaneous, I had budgeted $50 for my normal miscellaneous expenses and then $300 for like my family or dental work or something. And I ended up, because I went over in other places, I had to go under in that category, which meant that I did get a few things from Five Below and Walmart and stuff. But the majority of that was I got a Fit On subscription for fitness app for a whole year for $24, which wasn't bad. And then I used $150 towards some family stuff. So I did come in under for $131, which helped out a lot in that category. And then the other thing that really helped my budget not be totally busted, which I'm very lucky for this, is that I had underestimated significantly how much I would make from my new raise. So I budgeted $14.50 for each check from after getting a raise because I just had no idea how much it would be, and it turned out to be $15.84 per each check. So I had $134 extra on both of those, which is why I was able to not only help out with vet bills but also personally spend more than I had planned to. And then the other income sources were propane repayment, which went towards the home savings fund. So I just put that right back into savings. And then I budgeted $15 as rollover from November, but I did get that. And then I also pulled $110 from my gifts sinking fund to cover some of those gifts that I didn't really plan to spend money on. And then I did have unexpected income from selling some clothes for $15. And then I did make $2 from Google Opinion Rewards in December. So those were also very helpful to make sure that I didn't bust my budget super hard. And so by the end of the month, which was yesterday, I had $32 left over, and that's why I tacked on $30 into my vacation fund, because that's like my biggest priority right now is making sure that I have money for those vacations coming up in the first trip is in April, and we might have one sooner if Trav and I decide to do a weekend getaway like we had planned, but that has not come to fruition yet, so we may or may not do that. But anyway, I did put $30 in there, so I have only a leftover of $2.45, which I am proud of. So I'm sorry that my normal chipper attitude just took a turn for the worst. Having to give bad news never feels good. So anyway, that is pretty much my whole budget. I will show you my donuts as usual. And so you can see my savings in debt was 56%, and it ended up being 58% in the actual breakdown. And then everything else was like pretty close to what it was supposed to be. The only places I really messed up were miscellaneous and personal, but I don't really consider that too big of a mess up. It looks like it was red, but I made a lot more money than I had anticipated. So yeah, if I could tell you guys one thing to learn from my budgeting videos is estimate low and you will come out ahead. But with that, I will close this video out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you had a wonderful holiday season, a great December, and I look forward to sharing my finances with you all through 2022 as well. So catch you then.